Morena, it is Tuesday morning, 8:17 a.m. Just dropped my fiance off. I'm just sitting at the lake. We've been up since 6 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier than that. Yeah, we kind of slept in a little bit. Did my morning push-ups, didn't go for a walk, just kind of resting. Had a quick breakfast. We've got our milk at home, so we just went to the dairy, bakery, not dairy, to get our hot chocolate. And yeah, figured I'd just come here, relax a little bit. I have a connection call at 11:30 with a lady from LinkedIn. Excited for that, and I've got so much to do. I've got 2 Darren dailies that I'm behind. This morning's one that I need to do. Yesterday's video that I didn't do because I was just knackered. And yeah, so what's that? 3 or 4 posts? Man, I didn't even know how I'm going to do that. I guess I'll have to do them all in one post and then do the one video. The video was going to be about, I think it was going to be about an extension of money, like in the coaching business. Like, how do I talk about money? I got a comment from a coach. I need to read it. She was talking about how she struggled with charging for money at the start as well. And then there's this tiny challenge concept that I wanna try. So I might introduce it to the lady today and say, if you're interested, maybe we can do this tiny challenge. Try to explain the concept to her based on what I know. So it's like 5 consecutive days, 5 calls, 45-ish minutes each. And I guess, I don't know what the content of those calls are. That's probably why you need to do the course, but I don't want to pay for the course. So maybe I could just do like a mini challenge, or just be like, I don't know the full extent of what we're supposed to talk about, but through the course of 5 45-minute calls, we will get like a pretty good understanding of what she needs, and how I can help her. And then the idea is at the very end of the 5 calls, you basically present an offer, and you go, if I was to present an offer to you, what would you want in it? I think sometimes you start with the value and then you ask them, let's say if I was to present you a $3,000 offer, what would need to be in it for you to think that it was worth the value, the investment? And then they tell you in their words. Like, already she's given me some insight into what she is wanting in a coach and why she thinks that I might be a good fit, and kind of why she reached out, which is another thing I need to capture. I need to capture like when people book in a call, either during the call or after the call or before the call, like what made them reach out. Because in that, all of this information, like this is all basically data collection, right? It's kind of like what Alex Hormozi did. He collected all of this data, he had all these workshops, and then he converted that information into basically a bunch of books and playbooks and created an AI engine. So it's an interesting concept I just thought of. What if, could coaches be replaced by AI? Could they be replaced by an app? Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Because apps, I actually paid for this thing. It was called Passion.io, and the idea was to move away from courses and webinars and all this kind of stuff, and to like tap into the mobile app environment, because you know, most people these days use their phone. So if you could build your own custom app, and the theory was, if I remember, I asked for a refund, I can't remember, I forgot it. But the theory was you look for customers first, you ask them what they want, and then you build it. It's like the Kickstarter method, but for an app. So it's like the reverse of the typical method where you build a product, market it, like you do it in reverse. You find the people first, you ask them what they want, and then you build it. It's kind of what the Tiny Challenge is. It's all about information gathering. You spend time, you know, for free with people, you ask them questions, they give you insights, and they're kind of like building your material for you. They're building the course for you. They're building the marketing for you. They're using certain words, and then you grab all of that, and then you use that to build your marketing, your offer, your courses, your modules, etc., etc. Because it's uniquely tailored to them. So then it's got a high conversion rate, was what Richmond Dunn was saying. So yeah, but I'm just knackered out. I'm like mentally tired because I've been doing a lot. I was talking to a good friend of mine last night. I was checking in on him, and I was like giving him an update of what I've been up to, and he's like, man, you need to take it easy, bro. Like, that's how you ended up in hospital the first time. It's because you were doing too much, and I'm doing way more than I was doing last year. So that's kind of why I just came here, sitting in the car, not going for a walk. I'm not really going to do much today, aside from work on my laptop. And yeah, I've got to send an email. I think I've got to send some emails and get ready for this call. Continue working on my business plan. Oh, I need to prepare for tomorrow. Coordinate tomorrow if I'm still having lunch in Auckland, and if I am meeting up with another man that I admire. Had a quick chat with him yesterday, so might be meeting up with him tomorrow, depending on the timing. Yeah, so much to do. And then my fiance's asked me to do a couple of things for her. It's like, man, sometimes it's so overwhelming, eh? Literally. It's really important to just take a break and try to prioritize yourself, prioritize your energy levels, look after yourself, rest if you need to. You know, it's kind of ironic because this whole business is centered around Te Whare Tapawha, fortify your whare, become a hero, become a superhero, and it's like I'm neglecting my own whare. Isn't that ironic? When we talk about something and then we don't even necessarily practice what we preach, we become hypocrites. That's why part of this feels so conflicting, difficult, because it's like every single time I keep doubting myself. I keep questioning, like, what am I doing? Even when other people ask me, they could be asking in an innocent way, but they're like, oh, are you qualified to do this? What qualifications do you have? I was talking to a couple of people yesterday, and these were the questions. What qualifications do you have? What credibility do you have? And I'm like, but I thought I didn't need that stuff. Like, other coaches are telling me that I don't need it. So from the outside looking in, this is the dilemma, right? Outside looking in, you think that's needed because that's what the world says. Oh, you need this piece of paper, you need this qualification. What if you don't? Straight up, what if you don't? Because that's just a system based on control, right? Who benefits from that? The people that issue those certificates. You pay them. They benefit, not you. they give you this piece of paper to say, okay, now you can play with us. Now you can earn money. Like, you don't need that shit. You just need people to believe in you. That's what you need. You need to connect with people at a human level and go, I trust this person. They seem to know what they're talking about. I believe in them. They have some wisdom, you know, they're curious, I'm curious. Like, it's not always about freaking pieces of paper and qualifications and certification and this and that. Like, I've got a degree in IT. Does that mean I'm qualified for IT? Do you know how big IT is? That doesn't mean I'm qualified. I know people who don't have degrees that are probably more intelligent than me with, you know, with like putting together a computer, for example. Me having a certificate in IT doesn't mean that I'm qualified to put a computer together. Somebody could just learn that from watching YouTube. So this is the thing, like, I guess you would call it democratization of society. Yeah, anyway, this video is starting to get really long and I'm starting to ramble. But I guess I'm just conflicted. I'm conflicted with this whole entering into a space where you feel like it's so difficult to break into. And that's kind of exactly the whole point, right? It's like they make it hard. They make it seem impossible to start your own business. Because what is your own business when you think of it? It's freedom. Well, it's a type of freedom. It can give you freedom. It also just can create a whole bunch of stress. Because it's all of the red tape that you need to, like, you know, all of the, what is it? Legislations, freaking tax and compliant, like all of these BS words. It's just control, straight up. That's all it is. Control. So this is the funny thing. Even when you are a boss, like a founder, a business person, you're not really a boss, because your customers are your boss. They pay your bills. So, like, everybody just needs to be humble. Like, you're not that successful because you wouldn't have anything if people didn't, one, believe in your product, think it was worthwhile, or believe in you. So just chill out. I think people let power go to the head. Power corrupts. Success can corrupt. That's what yesterday's video was about. Like, success can make you stupid. So if you're not successful, it's kind of a blessing, because it means that you're hungry. Like, when you become successful, that's when you should be worried, because then you start getting complacent. Like, when you think you've arrived is exactly where you start to fall off, because you lose your edge, you lose your competitive hunger, you lose the, you know, innovation, adaptation, all of that stuff. You kind of get comfy on the throne, and then next minute, dethroned. Think about Nokia, think about Blockbuster, all of these massive, hugely successful companies who were dominating in their different areas, and then they just got complacent, they got lazy, they got arrogant, they thought nobody would overthrow them, and that's what happened. So yeah, anyway, I am going to stop talking. I will see you later. Morena, Monday morning, 8:41 in the morning. Just at the Hamilton Lake, just dropped the fiance off, and I'm noticing the bro is just having a kōrero with some wahine. So I'm just going to wait for a bit in the car before I go have a chat with him. Oh man, I'm pretty tired, eh? Been up since like 3:02, and then 4:30, and then 5 something, and then we left Auckland around 6:45. Yeah, got to Hamilton about 8 o'clock. Pretty tired. I was thinking of going home, but I'm like, while I'm here, I might as well just stop by and see the bro. I haven't seen him for 2 weeks because of the, what's been going up in Auckland for the last couple of weeks. So be good to see him, have a chat. I still need to do Darren Daily. I've done a voice note for the first one. Actually, it was Fridays. I didn't do Friday because I was at the hackathon. And then this morning one, I think I started doing a voice note. Actually, no, I haven't done a voice note yet, so I need to do that. But it's good content. Today's one is about success and how success makes you stupid, makes you blind, which is really interesting because I was thinking about this. Oh, is he finished? Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go have a chat. Yo, so it's 4:20 in the afternoon. Just waiting to pick up my fiance from Mahi. It's been a heck of a day, man. It's been quite an eventful day. I've been going back and forth with my business plan. Been talking to an old friend who is a legend and has given me so much advice about my business plan. When I spoke with him, he said to me, send me your business plan and I'll get my team to help you put it together. And I was a bit nervous about sending him what I was going to send him, so I sent him 2 sort of incomplete documents. They were like business plan templates that I got from the government website, and one of them was like a quick one and I had partially filled it out, and then another one was a document that I got from ChatGPT after I asked it a bunch of questions. And he called me up and he said, bro, you the metaphor he used was about baking a cake. He's like, you've told me how to, he said something like, you've told me how you want to make the cake, but you've left out the ingredients, bro. And he's like, all of the stuff is all good and all, but what is it? What's the process? What's the modules? Like the nitty gritty. Like what's the ingredients of the cake? So I was like, shit. This is a shit cake. This is a shit business plan. That's the problem, though. Like, this is the thing I've been daunting for so long. And I've literally asked people this very question, like, what do I put in the business plan? And they're like, don't worry about the business plan. You can figure it out later. You can just focus on getting your clients. So that's what I've been doing. I pivoted, right? I've pivoted. I've been focusing on getting clients. But now I'm like, well, what the hell do I do? What does a call look like? All these things. And it's like, I think the reality is, there's many realities. Don't listen to people. Don't listen to people who don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. Because now I kind of regret not finishing the business plan, because I started it 11th of August. That's like 2 weeks ago. That was the last time I touched it, was the 11th of August. That was kind of, that was like 2 days after I reached it on my dad's birthday. And now I'm like, man, I should have just finished it. Because if I finished working on it, I could have had something to deliver to him today. But then I wouldn't have had, I don't know. Then I wouldn't have had like that amazing call that I had with the bro yesterday, 2 days ago. So it's hard, I guess. You just never know, right? You never know what you never know. And even now, like, I've gone back and forth a couple of times with him, and I'm still confused because just the amount, like when you look at the government business plan the business plan template from business.gov, it's a 36-page document. It's massive, right? And it requires like so much granular detail on almost every single aspect, and that's quite daunting to think about. Like, yay, you know, you have this like cool idea, you're like, yeah, I want to create a business, and then you're like, shit, now what? Like, I can't remember exactly all of the details, but it's a lot. It's a lot. That's all I can say. So he did something really quickly, and he sent it back to me. He's like, bro, I made you a cake. And he said, check your inbox. And then I had a look at it. I was like, what the fuck? I actually had something similar to that. I can't remember. Like, he basically, with the limited amount of information that he knew and what I told him, like on a, I don't know, 15, 20, 30-minute call, the information that he ascertained from that and what he was able to like prompt, man, this is way better. It was like a breakdown, like step by step of like he based it on 6 sessions. What else? Yeah, 6-session breakdown, kind of like the journey of becoming a superhero. And it was cool. It was like, it had a coaching framework, and it had aspects that I had told him, like Tuakana Taina, which is the concept of older brother, younger brother. And it's the idea that, you know, I might be like 1 or 2 steps ahead of the person that I'm coaching, and we climb the mountain together, we ascend together, we grow together, we train together. So because I'm also on the path, like I'm learning as well. So it's got that concept in it, and you know, our indigenous values, and the creation story, Rangi Papa, like all of the stuff that I thought about. So this is where it gets a bit overwhelming when you're using ChatGPT. Like, I've got so many different open chats that I almost just need to like consolidate them, delete all of the ones that I'm not using, and just focus on, actually what I really need to do is create a project, because you can do that with a pro plan, which I actually haven't been using, to be fair. So I need to create a project chat and call that my business plan, and then move all of these individual chats to this project, so that I can try and have one coherent, consistent narrative. So when I'm talking about, you know, pricing, it updates the, what do you call it, the AI engine, contextual memory. Because yeah, even pricing is a tricky one. Like, I think the benefit for me is because I've done 4 or 5 different coaching calls in the last month. I have 5 different data points that I can kind of leverage, and I also have my own experience as somebody who's paid for a lot of courses. Like, this one is actually, it's kind of tailored it's kind of tailored around Darren Hardy's Jumpstart program, and Darren Hardy also has a program called Hero's Journey, and that's literally like kind of on the nose with what I'm thinking of creating, except I want to break mine up into like a 6-month program, or in 6 months it consists of like 3 individual programs. But if you combine all, like say the 2 months each, if you combine all of them together, you have like a 6-month package with like, maybe it's 2-3 months. But the thing I'm trying to capture is, in our creation story, we talk about like the 3 phases. So there's te kore, which is about the void, like nothingness. And then there's Te Poa, which is the night or the darkness. And then there's Te Ao Marama, which is the world of light, or in the hero terms, it could be like the awakening. So when we talk about the creation story, Rangi and Papa, how they were created, or they kind of started off like fused together. This was like the nothingness, Te Kore, the void, and then transitioned into Te Po, the darkness, when all of the children were trapped in between their embrace. And then when Tāne Mahuta separated Ranginui and Papatūānuku, when he separated them, that's what created the light, like Te Ao Marama, the world of understanding, the world of enlightenment, or in my context, the awakening. So that's the kaupapa that I'm trying to weave in, and whether or not that's individual modules. I also have Te Whara Tapa Whā, the four-sided house, potentially as bro, what are you up to? Potentially as individual modules, or just like a single module split across 4 different times. So yeah, lots to figure out, and my brain's kind of fried because I've literally been up all day, very little sleep, some kind of emotional phone calls. I don't want to mention names just yet. Well, I don't want to mention names, but I've had some pretty profound, powerful calls today with 2 very special people. 2 people that are heroes to me, people that I admire. Actually, the second call that I had with the other person, that was really nerve-wracking, because he kind of asked me all these questions, and I could kind of tell that he was a bit, what's the word? Like, this is the first time that we've talked, so he was a bit not defensive, a bit standoffish, and he was pretty keen to catch up in person, which I would have preferred as well. And I've been trying to meet him in person, but he's just a very busy man. So he said to me, I think he's traveling somewhere today, but he said, give me a call when you're back in Auckland, or give me a text when you're back in Auckland, and we'll meet up. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. It might be in a couple of days, so fingers crossed that works out. Anyway, I'm at the 12-minute mark, so I better put the phone down, and she should be coming out soon. Yeah, see you later. We are at the Hamilton Gardens. This place is beautiful. Look at this, massive area, huge walkways, beautiful smell, flowers. It's nice. We just walk past the fancy plaza area. I don't know if we can connect back across. I think around the other side. See, that's the area there. We walked across the little walkway. There's like a little lake area over there. This is the other side. I don't know how we get back across. If it connects over here. Very nice. That So tired. It's like 9 something. I don't even know what time I came to bed. I've been drifting off to sleep. I was so tired, I'm probably not going to do the LinkedIn video tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. Oh. I'm so tired. Alright, see you tomorrow. So, it's 10:38 and I'm just getting ready for my second Whakawhenanga connection call, and this time I'm trying to structure it a bit better, because the last one was kind of too casual, too open. Like it was hard to stay on track. That's not going to be a format that I can sustainably do. Plus it wasn't even recorded, which is something that I need to do from some feedback that I got. So I've just been chatting with ChatGPT to put together like a structure of a 30-minute call, and yeah, I guess I'll just show you. So this is the Word document here. It's basically 30 minutes, so it'll start with like a karakia, a prayer to open our little korero, and then the first sort of 2 to 10 minutes roughly will be like introductions, and the next 10 minutes will be establishing our values, and then the last 7-ish minutes will be basically I'm going to ask her if she wants to try a tiny challenge and try to explain what it is, what I understand it to be, and the last 3 minutes will be like next steps and karakia, closing karakia. And yeah, if we go beyond that, that's cool too. Like I guess I'll gauge during the call how it's going, and then yeah, like if she's got more time, if she wants to talk further, we can do that. But this is probably good practice for me to, to start like getting into a rhythm of, okay, this is what it's going to look like. This is what the 30 minutes could look like, could be structured. Because I think realistically, you're just going to know straight away. I'm trying to set my phone up. Realistically, you're probably going to know straight away whether or not you're a good fit with each other. Yeah, I guess I haven't even thought about this, but what do you do if you know? Do you just end it abruptly, or do you... I mean, I've got really good vibes from her. We've been kind of exchanging messages, email, what else? LinkedIn comments. She's been very open about why she kind of reached out to me, and it's just great. Like she said, thanks Nathan, looking forward to our call, just expecting whakawhenangatanga and a good chat. Whether or not we turn out to be the right coach mentee match, you seem like a cool person to meet regardless. Also, one of the things that prompted me to book a call with you is that you mentioned your redundancy after a long time in your role in a big medical health shock. And that stood out to me because I had a big career loss out of my control 5 years ago, and it's been a long, slow, winding road to recovery. I think your authenticity is drawing people into your coaching offer. I hope some great people continue to respond. Edit, realized it was more like 5.5 years ago, not a few years, as my comment originally said. So yeah, that's one of many messages, comments. Actually, this is a comment on one of my posts that I talked about. I think this was the one. Yeah, this was a post after my first connection call over the weekend, and it got quite a lot of reception, like positive reception from my network. So yeah, that's encouraging. Ideally, this is like best case scenario. You already come in, you already come in with like a good reputation, a good sense of rapport, and then you can kind of hit the ground running. Like, she sent me so much information about what she wants to talk about, and she's like put a lot of effort and thought into what she's looking for, and why she thinks that I might be a good fit for her. So it's kind of like a dream client, to be honest. Like, she's committed, she's keen, she's friendly, she supports the mission. I couldn't really ask for more. I just need to deliver, right? I just need to deliver and be myself. Is kind of the goal, I guess. This is the thing, like, I like structure. I just don't like too much structure, because if you have too much structure, you kind of feel like caged, boxed in, and I hate that. I'm sure you do too. So yeah, this is behind the scenes, folks. This is behind the scenes. Still haven't made any money. Not in a rush. Although I do need to pay the bills, to be real. Emergency savings can only last so long. And I'm not working yet, so yeah. But I don't want to make it about money. It's not about money. It's about impact. It's about providing value, and basically just trusting that the money is inevitable. The money will come. Abundance is on its way. Abundance is already here. Technically, abundance is already within. That's the important message to understand. See the sun. See, I'm distracted easily. Yeah. Going off topic. I better get ready. So I don't know how to get ready, to be honest. I think I just need to relax, because I'm kind of overwhelmed now. Like, it's almost like now I've got too much information. Like with the first one, I had no expectation. I had no information. I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't really know anything about anything. I just had a name, had a preconceived notion of what it might mean, and I was pleasantly surprised. So on the other side, I need to keep, like I forgot to do yesterday's coaching video. So now I'm like a day behind. So I need to keep the momentum. I need, I guess the goal, what's a good goal? Like a solid goal would be to have a call a day, like a connection call a day. That would be solid. And I guess it's possible. I just need to keep pushing the content out. I've just got a lot going on. Like, I'm also trying to do my business plan, which I need to finish and send back to my friend, my mentor. Even that, like talking, like there's people that for some reason I don't feel comfortable talking about them. Maybe because I haven't got their permission to mention them, which is weird. It's kind of a new space that I'm in. I don't want to be perceived to be using people's names although arguably I've done it in my posts. You know, like, what's the word? Name dropping people for the sake of it. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be perceived as one of those. I want to kind of get their blessing, get their permission to because even like, this is kind of the challenge that I have. Maybe it's just my personality, but when you're doing this kind of raw, authentic, posting every day, documenting, you know, what's going on, it's really just a vlog. It's a brain dump. It's an insight into how I think, into what goes on behind the scenes. And I guess the whole purpose of this whole thing is to show people, like, it's kind of a foregone, in my head, it's a foregone conclusion. Like, I'm going to be successful. So wouldn't it be cool to show people behind the scenes of the journey? But it's, you know, it's a bit of a dilemma, because it's like, I'm already assuming that I'm going to get somewhere. So then I want to show how I got there, if you understand what I'm saying. But I haven't got there, or I'm on the road. But yeah, I just want to show people, like, what's possible, and it doesn't look as polished. This is not polished at all. I've got a phone resting on a thing here. I've got a phone resting on that shit, because my freaking, that thing, tripod, useless piece of junk, and I don't want to hold the phone. So yeah, and then I just thought, why am I recording off my phone? I'm a perfectly capable laptop right in front of me. Hey, habits. Anyway, it's 10:50. I'm gonna stop recording. I'm just gonna chill out for a bit. So yeah, see you later. Wait. It's a nice area. This way. Oh. I have no idea where I'm walking. The size of this tree. Ooh. We made it back to the park. Yo, what's the time? It is 8:30, 1 p.m. and I need to go to sleep. So I'm gonna sign off. Today's been a heck of a day. What have I done? Had a coaching call this morning, and then I was doing a bunch of prep work. Applied for a job for my fiance, picked her up, did a bunch of videos, went for a walk, had a bunch of phone calls, and yeah, still behind on my shit on my LinkedIn. I was meant to do some Darren Daily videos, but I didn't do them. Post, I should say. I might have to do it tomorrow. Actually, no, tomorrow I've got a full day. I'm going into Auckland to meet with Dan Tufino Walker from Microsoft for a lunch, and Dave hasn't got back to me, so I'm not sure if I'll be meeting up with him. And yeah, that's it. What have I done? I did 33 push-ups, another 33, then I did 10 at the park, so that's what, 76. I need to do 24 more to hit 100, so I'll do that after this. And I think I need to upload a video to my YouTube channel, including this one. So I will see you tomorrow.